Welcome to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand.
Yes, we're still getting over what's quite happened this evening. Liverpool, in the last kick, or the last head of the game, I should say, have won it. It's fucking unbelievable. Darren Whelan.
Quality, unbelievable scenes. It's jubilant, unbelievable, Jeff. As I said, Alisson in Wonderland, quality
Alisson in
season
Wonderland.
has kept us out so much at the other end all season. I thought today he was really good again. And then, I mean, this sort of stuff, it's like I had a nap for a few minutes and dreamt of Alisson scored a late winner for his latest of late goals at the Hawthorns. You seen our bench, you seen Klopp. It was just jubilant scenes, unbelievable, Jeff. And what happened? We got the winner 2-1. And not only has he saved us so many times, but I think today he saved our season, because if we don't get 3 points there, something that I've made peace with Europa League football, it's happening for next season, unfortunately. But I mean, now with 2 games to go, it's everything now again to play for. And this crazy rock and roll season has just become more crazier. And I can't believe it. Like, I mean, you don't make this sort of stuff up. And what a goal, by the way. If Van Dijk puts his head at the end of that and gets the goal the way he does,
Yeah.
we're all singing the praises like that. And I seen his interview at the end, how emotional he was about his father passed away, about his dad looking down and what it meant to him. Unbelievable. It's just so emotional, and no better person could have happened to, because him and Klopp deserve so much this year, the year that they've had with not being able to see family. And obviously, us as fans are still demanding the same expectations, if not bigger and better. So it's just everything that's meant. What a goal. That saved that season. That's just I can't describe the words to sum it up, Alex. It's just so happy after that. It's made the weekend.
Try and think about when you see Alisson coming up. I remember Carragher saying keeper's coming up, and at that point, obviously, it goes without saying that is last chance saloon kind of territory. I mean, to have your keeper go up for the last 10 seconds for a corner is quite something. But for him to actually stand there unmarked and flick it in the back corner, you're not believing what you're seeing, are you? It's just unbelievable.
No, it's a desperate last second of all seconds attempt, isn't it? When you bring up your keeper, you never see or even think that we're going to get something out of this when you bring up someone, especially a keeper. But I mean, it just shows what a header, and for him to be unmarked, and by the way, marked or unmarked, to finish that, it takes some going, and the pressure, the intensity on him. It's sometimes we forget about just how good this Liverpool team is, and the characters we have in the team, and the mentality and attitude that these lads have. And you know, before Alisson gets that goal, I thought we would have been harsh done by today not winning. I think we dominated it. I thought we'd more chances, but same old story again. Not clinical enough and very wasteful. And they were the 2 things that would have lost 2 points today. It was just not cutthroat enough, and just when we have chances, too wasteful. And again today, and I'm saying it every week, it's highlighting why we need a number 9 next season. And look, we're going to bring back our spine next season. We'll have Van Dijk back. We'll have Henderson back in there. I'm sure we'll have a better number 9. But a lot about us bringing in a number 9. But sometimes, believe it or not, when you bring in a player of a high calibre, that is control. You need to have chance and get goals. It will improve the game of Salah, Firmino, Mane. It makes, so like when we signed, I think it was Keita, it made Henderson better, it made Wijnaldum better, you know. And sometimes you think these players are going to walk into the team, and not necessarily. So it's we just need more competition, and we need lads to keep these lads on their toes, because we can't rely on this front 3 week in, week out next season, because they've offered and gave us so much. Probably the most prolific front 3 ever in the Premier League, and the most consistent. But there comes a time where I believe they're not the front 3 that they once were. But I mean, forgetting all that, Alisson in Wonderland, and just jubilant scenes, unbelievable. I still can't believe it's happened.
Let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the game as it happened then. So 15 minutes, we go behind. It's a very good finish. If you really look back at it, from great touch initially from Hal Robson-Kanu, and then to actually dig it out, because the ball finishes up a little bit behind him, and he calmly kind of passes it with force into that far corner. Alisson couldn't reach that. But that was the only thing that Alisson really had to do, apart from pick it out the net, obviously, when that goal was disallowed. But then before half-time, 30 minutes comes, and again, out of nowhere, Mane nicks it off, I think, Bartlett in defence. It comes out to Salah. And it's not even you're not even putting that down as a chance. So it's not even a half chance. It's a killer instinctive, precise wonder goal from Mo Salah, to be honest.
PlayStation goal, wasn't it? It was FIFA goal, really. Goal.
Finesse finish.
Unbelievable.
Talk to me about the goal, because when that goes in, you're almost thinking at that stage, this is going to be 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, aren't you?
Yeah, look, I mean, huge credit to Salah. I mean, he gets the goal just when we need it, just after the half hour going into half time. I thought we should have been leading at half time. And I mean, momentous, marvellous, majestic Mo again. What can I say? 31 goals this season. So underrated. Our first ever to get to the 70 Premier League goals ahead of Torres, Owen, Fowler, all these prolific Suarez, prolific goal machines. I mean, he just doesn't get the credit. What a magnificent world-class player we have in Mo. And if we did bring in somebody with more competition, it could even evolve him more. And it's hard to believe that he's world-class, phenomenal, absolutely athlete of a man. And you just think when he gets that goal, it's going in at half-time, even at 1-1 at half-time, okay, it's game on second half. If we stay compact, we stay composed in this second half, don't give anything stupid away, no stupid free kicks, or if Reece Williams just is a bit more compact, composed, because he's a bag of nerves, isn't he? Let's be honest, but it's not his fault. We're missing 4 centre-backs, including Kabak. Then it just doesn't happen for us again. It's the same old story. Second half, Thiago run the show. I think we needed to get him involved more. Shaqiri comes on, young Curtis goes off. It looks good. Then there was one point in the game where Shaqiri's trying to give it out to Robbo and it goes out to throw in. He's saying, not again. I'm putting my head in my hand and I'm saying, I can't believe this. After being the Kop TV on Thursday night saying we're back in the top 4, I have to go back on after. The spotlight's under me. People are asking questions now. Daz has to start getting these stats right. And then what happens? Alisson and Wonderland. But it's just strange game. Strange season.
Let's talk about the second half then, because it's all Liverpool in the second half. They do obviously have that cross that gets knocked down. On the replay, of course, you'd be annoyed if that was against you, but on the replay, the rules are if you're standing in front of the keeper in an offside position, that goal is going to get disallowed. Big let-off for Liverpool. That was with 20 minutes to go. And then, Wijnaldum had a great chance that was knocked back to him by Salah. Trent had a great one where he cuts in on his left foot, goes over the bar. And at that point, you're definitely thinking another one of those days. Shaqiri does that wayward pass. But then I was saying in the player ratings, Daz, Robertson took every corner on that side in that game. Why do you think, or what happened that made him switch to Trent, and Trent put an in-swinger in instead of an out-swinger? That was clearly what worked. It worked.
Well, I just think because Robbo was so wasteful, it kept hitting the same West Brom man. It kept hitting the same West Brom man every time Robbo got it. I mean, he was so wasteful today. Robbo, there's one thing that's a weakness in Robbo's game, and that's when it comes to shooting. He's had a couple of times in the box, 18-yard box, very, very poor. I mean, I heard someone last season on a show saying he's a Scouse Roberto Carlos or a Scottish, but he's kind of Scouse and Scottish, isn't he, towards? But I mean, no way, because he just can't finish. I mean, defensively really good, going forward and assisting really good, but when it comes to crossing, but Trent, I mean,
they need to get Johnny Risa for a bit of practice with his volleys.
Saturday, Thursday night and today, I think Trent and Thiago proved how good they are and were absolutely phenomenal for us. And Trent he's not over-analysing, Alex. The ball comes to him, it's in first time, and that assist stinks that he has. It just in every time, and 9 times out of 10, it's a really good ball. And unfortunately for us, same old story. No one cutthroat enough or clinical with a half chance to put a boy. It might be a not time where Trent gives it to the keeper's hands, or it's not a great cross, but most of them times you want to be on the receiving end of them. And I mean, have a top class striker in their team, it'd be a dream for them on the end of Trent Alexander-Arnold's cross, because he's been phenomenal. And it just showed at the end, swings are in, and Alisson header. It's
do you know what makes me laugh, Daz? Do you know what makes me laugh? There was paid professional pundits out there that a couple of months ago genuinely were saying, and they got paid for this, that Thiago slows down Liverpool. That's just mental, isn't it? That actually people thought ridiculous. That. Just to answer Jamie's question, Alex, are you doing cams against Palace? Guys, get on this. For the first time this season, I'll be outside Anfield. I was actually out there for the Tottenham game, but there was no other fans. But for 10K fans outside Anfield next Sunday at Crystal Palace at Anfield, I will be there speaking to the fans outside. It could be a very happy 3 points and we go into the Champions League, or it could be a very, very nervy kind of game. But yes, I will be there. Thiago at his best, unbelievable, so underrated. And Dicko, Alisson Becker, he scores when he wants. Love that. Listen,
love it.
Darren, give us your man of the match before I get Welford on.
has to be Thiago. I would have said Alisson because he got the goal, but don't take credit away. That's his third game now in 8 days, Thiago, for us, and he's getting better and better. And it's like taking him from the Champions League final coming to this team, because he was injured for 3 months, Alex. He'd no pre-season. He came with COVID, no fans. Again, like similar to Klopp, because I read a bit into Thiago of late. He's a very emotional man. Family are just about settling in now. So all these factors we don't consider as fans. And today he's now evolving his game. He's settling in. I think next season he's going to evolve more, and we'll see. He's going to be levels ahead. But Thiago Alcantara, unreal. But Alisson, today is all about Alisson. You know, Ali, big shout out to him. He's had a really, really tough year. Nobody deserves it more than him. And I'm off. All well, them when. And it's all what today is. We bagged against the Baggies, and it's Sunday fun day. I hope you all have a good one. Take care. Big up, brother.
Good luck, Darren. See you soon.
Take care.
Nice one, bro. Listen, we're going to be back on with Welford, the little Scouser, who is absolutely buzzing the fact that Alisson has scored. And Dicko, go pal, great chats with you guys. Stay with us. We'll be back in 1 minute with Welford. Do not move a muscle, Reds.